Staff at his Washington hotel.
News update
Trump's day
open.
included a wreath-laying ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery and a concert going on right now at the Lincoln Memorial. Coming up tonight on The Point of View, some politicians and celebrity types are saying they won't be going to the Trump inauguration or they would not perform. Who really cares?
Yeah, go ahead and give it to me, please. Stand by the pan.
Friday. More on this, The Point of View, 1025, KETK News at 10 on the update. The Kilgore College Rangerettes are set to perform at the presidential inaugural ball tonight. The ball is going to be held at the Gaylord National Resort and Convention Center there in D.C. The group will be performing their Texas show, which consists of kick, bomb, skirt, and jazz routine to Texas-themed music. More than 10,000 ticket reservations have been made for tonight's ball. Also, it's going to be featuring a Texas fair where exhibitors from our state will be displaying and selling merchandise. The Rangerettes have performed at the last 4 inaugural balls. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry testifying in front of the Senate this day. He is President-elect Trump's choice to lead the Energy Department. At a time that he left the presidency just a while back, Perry said he'd like to eliminate the department altogether.
My past statements
I don't
made
have
over
a
5 years
TRT.
ago about abolishing the Department of Energy
elimination.
do not reflect my current thinking.
I think it's like 15.
In fact,
Alright,
after
this
being
might be
briefed
about 15
on
seconds.
so many of the vital functions of the Department of Energy, I regret recommending its elimination.
All right, that's it.
You may remember that Perry ran for the presidency back in 2012 and 2016 and served as governor of Texas for 15 years. By the way, Texas is the leading energy-producing state of the country. Ronna Romney McDaniel has been officially selected as the new head of the Republican National Convention, set to succeed Reince Priebus. She says President-elect Donald Trump has created a movement.
Scott, about 2 minutes before we get to you. 2 minutes.
This is the first time in 30 years a woman has led the RNC. She is a niece of 2012 presidential nominee Mitt Romney. On his last full day in office, President Obama announcing 330 more commutations for non-violent drug offenders. This brings his total number of clemencies to more than 1,500. This final group was the most he's had and granted in a day, and the most granted on one day in the history of the country. Senator from Maine is spearheading a charge to create a replacement for Obamacare. Susan Collins says the legislation she's co-authoring will keep some popular parts of the Affordable Care Act, also allow each state to decide whether to keep President Obama's signature legislation in place.
If they want to go an alternative
13 seconds. CQS can do that too.
More patient-centered, that would provide more choices and help to restrain costs. They can do that too.
Right now, more than 75,000 Mainers have coverage through the Affordable Care Act. It's not clear how Senator Collins' proposal will affect Maine or other states that never expanded Medicaid under Obamacare. Dallas area officers and community members are honoring the life of an officer killed on the line of duty earlier this week. Jerry Walker was called an American hero during a movie memorial service and treated like it. Those among the crowd included a former student at the school, Detective Jerry Walker Patrol, who's now a teacher, and also residents spoke about what Mr. Walker meant to them.
He graduated 2010 from Little Elm, so we knew him well.
10 seconds.
Teach
Alcuiz,
our kids a little bit about
great guy.
One of my neighbors had a call a couple of years ago, this way out in the back, and he came to the call.
We're going to be open.
He's a great guy.
By the way, a hymn was played. The ceremony ended for officers killed. Walker's family was not in attendance, but they say people can make donations to the Little Elm Police Association. A 2-month-old child was killed by a family dog in San Marcos, Boston.
Bring down that.
Police said the family had the dog since it was a puppy, never showed any sort of sign of aggression before. Tuesday afternoon, the father called 911 to report the daughter lying on the floor with bite marks covering her body. He told investigators he'd fallen asleep with a child and an infant bouncer.
This is just something that's so tragic for both families.
15 seconds. CQS was capable of. There she is.
You don't really know what animals will do.
Go ahead. All right, weather is
next. I don't think
next.
this family had any idea
Scott, weather's next.
What their dog was capable of.
Autopsy results are still pending. The animal control did take the dog from the scene into their custody.
Two's up.
Joy's now telling us
weather's up.
Weather pattern. That's right. It's going to be
no
spring
camera
like tomorrow, Neil.
You're not clear yet.
Be up there into
now you're clear.
The low to mid 70s.
right now not cooling down much. Tonight it all 57 Tyler, 58 Longview, 61
All right, can I have the Scott's key, please?
Lufkin, 53 in Gilman.
Camera 2, you're fine there. Scott's keys in.
A little lighter in some eastern areas. There's a
Keys
little
out. Okay,
fog
cool.
down south, but overall, I think the
Philip,
winds
your
hold up
headset's
enough
open. Can you
tonight
close
so
that,
we don't
please?
have any major fog. Now, up in the
All right, again, Drew, you're at the bottom of the A block.
Looks rainy at inauguration time.
We're about 4 minutes before we get to you.
47 degrees and
All right, we're going to
rainy
go to
there.
be open
All
here.
right, we're concerned partly cloudy overnight, 52, and tomorrow partly sunny, 75. Back
All right,
in a few
send that
minutes,
B.
talk about the weekend.
All right, Scott, we
All right,
appreciate
send
that.
two.
Tonight we have an update
As
on
you
the
can
missing
tell, I put
fisherman
this
in
graphic in channel
Anderson
1.
County.
Go ahead.
He's been found. The
Okay,
body
cool.
was
You
out
go
of
ahead and give
fisherman
me that
William
OTS
Lust.
two. Yep.
37-year-old Lust
Picks
had
up.
been missing since
Two
this
box.
past Saturday. Authorities say his body was found at the Circle R
box.
Lake near Palestine around 1 p.m. this afternoon.
All right, send about
The
two.
game warden says he drowned, but still an autopsy will be performed.
And two's up.
Down the road in Beaumont, a clergyman at a federal prison will now be on the other
All
side
right,
of the
next key,
bars.
please.
42-year-old Eric S. Patrick of Nederland admitted to bribery and smuggling cigarettes for inmates. He now faces up to
I have a
15
key,
years
please?
in prison. Earlier
full.
today, the White House announcing President Obama granted commutation of sentences to 333
AVO.
people, including 4 East Texans.
Feels
Juan
up.
Garcia from Tyler, Texas, had his prison sentence knocked down back in May. He was arrested in Tennessee more than 8 years ago for drug-related charges. The 3 other East
How about
Texans
two?
were from Maybank, Kilgore, as well as Jefferson.
Who's up?
Tonight we have an update on Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. He's going to be our
Here you
guest
go.
here in America. In fact, he is right now. The Mexican Foreign Ministry says he has been extradited to our nation. He's now in New York City. Guzman
Drew,
and
2
other
minutes.
cartel leaders were indicted 7 years ago in New York on charges of conspiring to import hundreds of thousands of pounds of cocaine in our country from the year 1990 and 2005. Guzman also faces charges in several other states. Mexican officials say they
About
wanted
two?
him turned over before the inauguration.
Who's up?
Now, when you register your car, your wallet will be about $5 lighter because the Texas Department of Transportation will be taking
AVO.
more of your money. Car owners will pay an extra $4.75
Go on B side.
processing and handling fee. Processing and
Yep.
handling. Tax assessor from the Lubbock County area says the state is trying to raise $50 million for transportation projects. So, while the state is expected to collect $110 million from these fees this year, but only 50% of that goes toward transportation. He says he's not quite sure where the rest of the
B-side.
50% goes.
I would think that the citizens are owed
21
an
seconds. Actually, it's
explanation
benefit of it.
by DMV of what they're spending the money for. I think that the citizens should support Senator Perry, Representative Frullo, Representative Burrows, and say, we're with you. We don't like this fee. We don't want it. And if we're going to have to pay it, we want to make sure it goes here where we're getting the benefit of it.
And he also says while the state will make the
About
money
two?
with the new fee, Lubbock County is expected to lose about $20,000. However, that works out. The next step in getting Kerry's Law enacted today nationwide happened. Texas Congressman
Our
Louis
one
Gohmert has
video next.
refiled Kerry's Law of 2017 and released a statement saying he believes it would get through both houses of Congress this last year, unlike before. The law will require that all phone systems allow any
Drew, about 1
911
minute.
calls to go straight through without having to dial a prefix number. It stems from the 2013 murder of Carrie Hunt, who was killed in a Marshall hotel room while her 9-year-old daughter tried to dial 911 for help. The new mayor of Corpus Christi, lasting only 37 days on the job, he called out city council members about their education on Facebook. Then questions came up about his education. He deleted the Facebook account and quit. President-elect Donald Trump takes office tomorrow, 11 a.m. our time. Earlier this day in the Capitol, thousands of security officers from across the country
All right, Drew, you are the next story.
showdown across the area. Ground troops, as many as 8,000, have been moved into the nation's capital, part of a massive security effort across the district. Normally, during an inauguration event, Capitol Police get about 6 requests for protest permits. So far this year, they have had 30.
Stand by,
These
Drew.
Sterling National Financial Group Awards, 2 educators from
Stand by,
different
Drew.
in the lives of students. And this year, a local assistant principal has been nominated for the
ahead,
National Sterling
Go ahead and hit
Shiner
enter.
Star
Yeah,
Award.
just wait.
KETK's Kara Pritchard says Ricky Daly of Chandler
Stand by,
Elementary
Drew.
School is deserving of that honor.
Hit your
She now
animation.
joins us live with more. So, Kara, what
Drew,
makes
you're
Mr.
up.
Daly a shining
Cue.
star?
Well, Neil, everyone I spoke to while visiting his
Just give
school
me a
this
live,
afternoon
please.
says Mr. Daly is truly an inspiration. And because of his positivity, you may
Don't worry
not
about the
ever
name
know that
key.
he
Go-
and his
go to
family
your
are
first
taking
name
on
key in
a
the story.
very
Be
difficult
Pat.
fight.
He's up. We're in the pack.
Day
Take out your
after
life.
school, Chandler Elementary assistant
Okay.
principal Ricky Daly
Okay.
takes on another duty as crossing guard.
Brianna's coming up
the
at
same school
17.
he went to as a child.
He always has a smile on his face.
Mr. Daly is a nominee for a National Educator Award, the Sterling Shining Star.
He's
Here comes
a
your key. There it
very
is.
positive influence. I mean, you would never know that he had
And go
something like
switch.
this going
Next
on
key's
at
at
home.
29.
His 5-year-old son Jonah was diagnosed with
Here
leukemia
comes.
last January.
We have seen God's
There he is.
love being poured out from so
Go
many
ahead, it's a
people.
little
One of
quick.
the things
All right.
that we do try to do on a
Next
daily
key's at
basis
43.
is talk about those things that we are thankful for.
Drew, 1
It's
minute.
His faith and courage, his co-workers say, is a blessing to work alongside him.
Anytime we have a need or a problem, we are very
go ahead.
comfortable just going to him with whatever
All right, that's all
we
the
need, and
keys I
he's
have.
very quick to help us.
Parker teaches Jonah and says the love he has for his dad is
Right, yeah.
immeasurable.
He's fascinated with ties.
I didn't have you do it the
and,
first time
I
just because
believe
we
it's
didn't have
because
enough
Ricky
time.
wears a tie every day.
So,
However, Daly says
30
it's
out.
his son's positivity that gives him a boost for each new day.
Unfortunately, he spiked a fever this past Sunday. He's at Children's right now, and that's where my wife is with him.
15.
I will tell you that Jonah and
Alcuist,
Justin's younger
the
brother,
light
both
on
of them have been
others.
so inspiring through this whole
10.
process.
And while many people say Mr. Daly is well deserving of the award,
The true shining stars are
Stand
the
by
teachers
Drew.
and students at this school.
he continues to shine the light
Cue
on
Kara.
others.
And
Now nominations will
Got it.
close March
Who's next?
31st, and the winning educator will receive
Okay.
a $10,000 cash
1, 2
prize to be
T's.
shared between that educator and their school. For
So
more
about 2
information
for
on how you
T's.
can help support Mr. Daly, head over to our website, easttexasmatters.com. Reporting live, Kara Pritchard, KETK News.
Coming up.
And we're up. Alright, send by 1. And 1's up.
Jason Garrett is the NFL's Coach of the Year, according to the Pro
He's out.
Football Writers Association,
open
and he
pack.
certainly delivered a message to his guys when they met for the last time this week.
Your
before
key's off the
they
top.
headed out
One
for the
switch.
offseason.
Yeah, okay, you're
Here's
good. Never mind,
Superstar
you're good.
Nation's Babe
Be
Loffenberg
open.
with this week's Inside Slant.
APAC.
Babe's Inside Slant on KETK Sports is brought to you by Tyler Ford.
Now, a coach is a teacher, albeit a well-paid teacher, to
And
be
go
sure.
ahead.
So what was the lesson that Professor
All right,
Garrett
next key's at
imparted
9.
to his
It's
football
coming up.
team?
The biggest thing you
There
have to
he
do
is,
is you have
yeah.
to learn from your experiences, and you have to allow the disappointments
Go ahead.
to fuel the fire.
Next key's
for
at
what you want to
20.
accomplish in 2017.
I mean, it was a missed opportunity. It's obvious, and
There he
one
is.
because this team won't be back together. Not the same team, not the same exact
And,
man
yeah,
and
go
players won't be back together.
Alright, that's all the keys I
But for
see.
the people that will, for this organization,
Alcuist, I'm
youth
Babe.
in this team, it's a building block, and we're going to get better from it. It's going to make us better.
You'd love to think that Dak is right, that this is just the beginning of many more runs. But last year's number
All right,
one
20
seed,
out.
the 15-1 Carolina Panthers, didn't even make the playoffs this year. And the last
15.
team to repeat as NFC East champions, that would be the 2004 Philadelphia Eagles.
Stand by 1.
Plenty of work ahead for these Dallas Cowboys. With this week's Inside Slant at the Star in Frisco, I'm Babe Loffenberg.
1's up.
Nothing draws a crowd in our
BPAC.
neck of the Piney Woods better than high school football, and next season, East Texas Christian Academy will be throwing their hat in the ring. KTK's Garrett Sanders was at their goalpost racing ceremony tonight as they begin a new 6-man program.
He's up.
Thursday night marked a new era
standard
in
out,
East Texas
keys at
Christian
9.
Academy's history as the goalpost went up and new opportunities
All right, here it comes.
opened for the school's athletes.
It's going to be
There it
exciting.
is.
I watch the news, watch football
I thought
coverage
that
on
was
Friday
Dylan
nights.
for a
Another week
second.
we could possibly be on there. It'd be pretty exciting and build a play.
It's a big honor
Next piece
because
is
I don't
16.
think a
Yeah,
lot of
there he
athletes
is.
get the opportunity to write their own story and
Right.
build their own tradition.
Next key's
One
at
of the men who
31.
spearheaded this was Booster Club President Troy Spencer, who said the main reason he wanted to bring football to ETCA was to
He's coming
increase
up.
enrollment.
I started
There he
looking
is.
and I'm like, okay, well, Grace started
And go ahead.
small like us. And
Next, he's at
All Saints
51.
and the other ones. But when they added football, they grew.
So they brought in Joe Permenter, who used to coach at King's Academy, to be the inaugural head football coach.
In the 6-man world, you're happy to see a new person come in.
There he is.
We will be the new kid on the block.
All right, cool.
We'll be in
That's
the
all the
Taps
keys. I
District
see
next
we're about
year,
20
but
seconds
we did
out.
fill our schedule. We're going to have 6 home games here.
So the post has been raised and the stage is set for the first step in a long journey
15.
made possible by community support as well as faith.
10. Wapping
You
to
ask that mountain to move
AVO.
from here to there, it'll move.
Stand by.
This mountain's moving.
In Tyler, Garrett Sanders, KETK Sports.
Heads up.
SFA looking to win its third in a row, visiting A&M
All right,
Corpus
I got
Christi
a
tonight. Jack
score
slow out of the
coming
gate, but good defense leads to offensive end. Connect with the steal. Ahead to Dallas Cameron. He lays it in. A little later, it's Kevon Harris. He penetrates and does a nice job of slicing his way in between defenders in the paint. He gets the lefty to fall. SFA led 24-16 at the half and then held on for a 61-58 victory. It's the Jacks' first true road win of the season. NBA this evening, Mavs unable to win 4 straight games as they fall at Miami 99-95, while the Spurs beat the Nuggets 118-104.
He's up. AVO. And he's up.
For all of her accomplishments and for the hundreds of young women she helped mold, I am very excited about Evelyn Blaylock, the late Kilgore College Lady Rangers coach, being named a finalist for the National Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. A pioneer that brought KC 3 national championships. It would only be fitting that she earns a place among the greatest in this sport. On the ice tonight, the Dallas Stars get shut out in the Big Apple by the Islanders. They've lost 3 of their last 4.
Music.
That's all for
3,
sports. We'll be
2,
right back.
1, take it.